Hey guys, this will be a short video on acoustic versus electric drum sets, so hopefully you guys can get some information if you're trying to currently decide which one you should go with. We will start with the pros of an acoustic drum kit. They just feel better to play on overall. The feel is of course realistic and has no barrier to the level of touch that it can actually detect. It's perfectly responsive to your dynamics, no matter how heavy or light you hit the drum or cymbal. This is extremely important as there's nothing worse than playing on a cheap electric drum kit and not having the drum set properly register your softer ghost notes or rolls. Starting as a beginner playing on an acoustic set means you'll be able to naturally master your technique and finesse. If you start off playing on an electric drum set, you won't naturally get used to the way a drum set is supposed to feel. Another important point is that you're going to have to learn to tune your drum set and to tune it properly. Some people don't really care to learn that much about tuning, but you should know at least something about how to tune your drum set, even if you have an electric set and you start off on an electric kit. It is still a good idea to learn how to tune an acoustic drum set. Now we will talk about the cons of an acoustic drum kit. If you wish to record with them, you're going to need to spend a lot of money on microphones to mic up the entire drum kit, as well as recording hardware that you would have to buy so that you can plug into your laptop or desktop computer at home, and that will enable you to properly record. Another point is that they're super noisy and it's hard to find times and places to practice because of this. I recently had to purchase an electric drum set because of this, and I've grown up all my life playing acoustic drum sets. It's definitely not the same, but if you get a pretty good electric drum kit, I'm actually quite happy with mine, and I can practice pretty much whenever I want. As a drummer, you should eventually be able to master your dynamics on the instrument, be able to play soft, loud, and everywhere in between. This is an important skill to learn, but sometimes when you're playing and you need to turn the volume down but have that same intensity, you'll get that with an electric set. You can simply just turn the volume down a bit and still have the same intensity. This is especially important in a rock and roll situation. Now we'll cover the pros of an electric drum set. They don't require any tuning or really any maintenance. They generally always have a built-in metronome as well. So if you have an acoustic drum set, you need a metronome separately. It always is a good idea to practice with a metronome. Do yourself a favor and get a metronome if you don't have an electric set, and play with it. And if you do have an electric set, use the metronome at least on that kit. Learn how it works and start developing solid timing. They usually don't take up as much space as an acoustic drum set does, and they are easy to cart around. To actually take them to a gig is almost always easier. And lastly, of course, you can practice pretty much whenever you want without annoying the neighbors. So finally, we'll go over the cons of an electronic drum set. With electric drum sets, you don't have the real feel, of course, so you may develop certain bad habits. This is why it's always important to try and invest in a private drum teacher. They will be able to point out flaws that you're not noticing, as well as any bad habits you may be developing. Electric drum sets can be very expensive. Now, I mean, any drum set can be expensive, of course, but if you want a quality electric drum set with mesh heads like Roland V drums like I have, or even higher, I mean, yes, Elisa's drum sets are being made now that are a little cheaper than the Rolands, and I have been hearing many good reviews about them. So that's great, and I might be looking at them for a future new drum set. They're still expensive. If you compare buying a decent electric drum set to a decent acoustic set of drums, you're looking at the acoustic drum set to be quite a bit cheaper in most cases. So just some final thoughts here. You should always do your best to learn on an acoustic drum set, or at least create the opportunity where you can practice on one now and then if you're just starting out. If you only have an electric drum set at home, again, ask your friends to play on theirs. Just try and get some sort of experience playing on an acoustic drum set. Alright, that's about it for today, guys. Just comment down below and let me know what I've missed and what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.